Alright, we are back. What is happening? And good morning, evening, noon to some, and others. This is your boy, Sir Mackleton, Fauntleroy, the third Esquire, man. And I'm being a little quiet this morning because it's early still, and I don't know who all downstairs. So I pretty much got all the upstairs for the most part to myself, but downstairs, that's where my boy E-Stop resides. So I know he at work, but his fiancés may still be here, so we're gonna keep it down. But just bring y'all a little early morning stream. Just something to, if you gotta work today or you want to check out some things, and you was just kind of waiting on it in general, here it is. Also, we got filming our podcast number 7 this morning as well, so y'all get ready, y'all check that out. We'll have that ready and down and up and ready, going and all that good stuff later on this week. And what we basically doing, man, we have, as you can see, we got a race change because I didn't really want to see the horns, and I got a couple people told me, why aura, and I just kind of chose that. I wasn't really something I personally wanted to do, but so I went ahead and just changed it up. Got ourselves something a little bit more universal that everybody could kind of vibe to. Women seem to like this class a lot too, and dudes do because it's so aggressive. So ooh. Trying to back, there we go. Oh, lead y'all for a mission. This is the day right here. You gotta walk around a damn jellyfish just sitting outside breathing up oxygen. They ain't in the water, they floating outside. This is when you know you can't be no punk about your shit. So the last one. Nah, it's one. Alright, so anyway, as y'all can see, this is the level 5 class quest for the Marauder. And so I literally just got to the area. We finished up in Summerford for now. We will end up having to go back because what basically happened, there's the main story quest is there. And so why can't I click on this? Okay, let me walk all the way out. And let me go all the way back in. There we go. Oh, bugger and shite. Get away from me, you bloody bastard. That kid know how to use his adjectives, don't he? And his verbs. And here I go playing Captain Sabo. He already knew what it was. I turned around and just looked at him. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. So she came with me. She's going to be a part of this quest. She's going to basically heal you because you would not be able to get this done on your own. Not at this current level. So I know I look hella mishmack right now, but that's kind of why we're doing this class quest, because the main story quest that we got in Summerford, we can't progress through until we got to get gear for so we gotta get all matching. We gotta get like gear, and it can't be like gear that came in the game through the mail, like cloud, like the striped gear or anything like that. It has to be, oh my god, I'm being beat up. Sorry, make this shit quick. Yeah, don't hold that. I ain't doing that to him. I ain't meant to fight him, that's why. Not these big ones. She is. The guild master himself that came through. Yeah, that's what she's for. Making sure you stay alive. You'll see, you might, like, as a tank, you'll get used to that. You'll start to see a lot more healers and stuff come through. Alright, come on, little ones. I know y'all pretty much gonna run past her and get right next to me, so. Oh, I like how she hit you with that rock, though, you giant crab. And, you know, you kept on going. You ain't even stop to look at her. It's because she's a femro, ain't it? Thank you, mister. Like I said, y'all, Lomenses have the damnedest of lingo. Oh, that's why you did that mission. Yes, as y'all can see, yeah. So that's what I meant to say. Also, it wasn't just a race change. This is actually a full-blown character change because I had a lot of like extra characters and stuff, and just screwing around and starting stuff with some of my friends and trying to start stuff to help out newer people who either don't play anymore or just got rolling, you know, and didn't really need my help. And so I ended up getting rid of quite a few. Unfortunately, I took out the first character that I started the game with, this playthrough with. I ended up deleting him also in the process because I was kind of speeding through it, you know, mashing the X and running down the time and whatnot. So yeah, that happened. So I ended up having to redo this character, and yeah, his name is Fenrir Failcleave, which I dealt way more appropriate. It just makes sense, right? We know right off the bat he's a warrior. Shout out to my boy Curtis Russell. He wanted to see this happen as a warrior. And like I said, for y'all who didn't catch the first one, I'm starting with the tank first. And you know, I'll run through that and show everybody how tanking works, because it seems to be a lot of newer players that I come across a lot seem to be gravitating more towards tank roles when they first start, which is okay as long as you know. It's not recommended, but it can be done as long as you know what you're doing. You know, if you study the class, and all the new players, man, please, I'm gonna go through this as well. Please do the Hall of Novice. Okay, there is nothing wrong with learning how to play your job in a dungeon. I mean, you're going to have to go through it. Like, you have to do at least one mission for it. All right. Anyway, custom made. We'll cross the Hall of Novice when we get there. It's not far off. All right. So we turn it into mission. We're automatically getting the Bronze War Axe, which is something we definitely need because I still got the axe from when I started the game. And yeah, we got the custom made cuirass, which is, if you look at the bottom right there, you can kind of, oh shit, well, if you look at the bottom right there, you can kind of see, you know, Gladiator, Marauder. The last three are Paladin, Warrior, and Dark Knight. Gladiator evolves into Paladin, or the job becomes Paladin. Marauder becomes Warrior. Dark Knight is its own class. It has no job. You can choose these other ones, but there is no real point to it. You can get these off missions. The only difference is the color. You don't need to get an elegant 10-piece. Guild is not important in this game like you would think. So, alright, Strength and Tenacity is complete. And let's put that on. Now, the reason I recommend the custom-made cuirass as well is because this is the only way you can get it in the game. Is if you actually get it from here, and then if you lose it or something like that, you can turn around and you can buy it from the junk monger. It's a junk monger dude. He sells like he kind of keeps record of all the stuff you've ever gotten like all the unique things that you may have gotten in the past, and so you can always get that back. And let's switch this axe up, shall we? There we go. That just looks 10 times better, my boy. Yeah. All right. We still need to get gloves. Deliver the still got stuff I need to get. But first off, let's go to Beta Run. Love that thing. I keep doing that. Cause I keep thinking I'm playing Skyrim. Alright, now we don't entirely need to get this anymore. Now that we have the custom-made cuirass, it's going to last us a while. This is obvious. This is for mages. If you are a mage, you would get that. Let's just get this anyway though, because not every class can wear that custom-made cuirass. So if we decide to grind another character to level 5, we can put that top piece we just got on them, assuming that they don't get their own custom piece, which I think every class gets like somewhat of a custom piece, top piece wise. So where's the eyes? Where is that? Lower Lanache. Southeast of the Zephyr Gate, so I need to go back out towards middle of Ocean to take care of this. So I think this cheapest request mission is how we get our gloves. So okay, not sure what your name is, but it is what it is. And you will be amazed, man, as you went through this game, you'll start to see some of these cats got names. You just be like, how are you allowed to like get away with that? Lamb. Right in the back of your ass. I may not need to kill one more. Who I get these to? Bismarck. Alright. Wait, do I have to return? Anytime y'all got return, man, and you just need to go back to the city, just use return. Granted, it has like a 900-second cooldown for whatever dumbass reason, but I'm not sure why. I mean, I get it. You wouldn't want to abuse it, but there's no real way you can abuse return, seeing as I can only return you to one place. You know what I'm saying? That's your home destination, which is easy to show. You know, your home destination can only be the main cities. Like, I feel like return should not have such a fucking 900-second cooldown. How many? It's 60 seconds in a minute, so 600 seconds would be 10 minutes. So it's like a 15 fucking minute cooldown for one teleport. Like, it's retarded. Anyway, what were we doing? F Castle. Wait, are we going to the Culinarians Guild? Is that where we going? Exactly where we going. Yep. Which makes sense. You can kind of think about some of the stuff, like if you got to go out and get food or like lances, you almost kind of know where you're going. You know you're going to take that to the Culinarians Guild, because why in the hell would you want to take lamb meat to the Armorers Guild? Yep, gloves. Alright. So in Final Fantasy 14, it's breast cancer awareness month, so that's what the pink is for. You know, gotta do it. Alright, to Lola Notion. Now, again, we got 2 missions completed, and now that we got the gloves, we got the equipment mission completed. But again, that's our main story quest. So what I'm going to do is go back over here to Lower Lanasha, and we're going to knock out these little side quests over here, and then we'll circle back around to the main quest. Because you actually get gear over here too for doing it. Like I was telling y'all in the first video, you know, these weathered items and this ring, like the Ring of Freedom, or it's like 2 other rings. I don't remember, like Ring of Fortune, Ring of Freedom, and then it's another one. But it depends on the answer that you get, that you give old boy in the cutscene right after you make your character, and you sitting in either the ship if you're in Lemza, or the wagons if you're in the other 2 cities. You got a choice of either glory, power, or to amass a fortune, and you get a certain ring depending on which choice you pick. So in my case, you get but if you don't pick a choice and you skip that cutscene, and you get the Ring of Freedom, which is the one I got. So you really actually got 4 choices on which one you want to get. Oh wait, something's over here. As y'all can see, you can almost see a definite difference in damage already, just because of my gear, the early gear. When I first started the game, y'all remember I wasn't killing stuff so easy. Here I am 9 levels later. You know, it's kind of, you almost can barely get off a good Skull Saunter combo. You know, and the reason they die, you know, even though you only see me hit them twice, the fact that they, you know, and you see they got a little bit of life left, the reason that's a thing is because of auto attacks. Anytime you look at something and you target it aggressively, or you attack it, or you just, you know, anything of that nature, like I'll show you. Like I press X on the one time, right? So if you press X again, it initiates, and it's every 3 seconds you will auto attack, regardless of whether or not you're using actual skills or not. And let's get out of that, because don't nobody use paralysis right now. Not trying to get paralyzed, because paralysis in this game is so annoying. So in here you'll hear a lot of things like every 3 ticks. Anytime ticks was not normally a thing. Ticks was more of a thing in the Realm Reborn / Heaven's War days, because we had DOTs, which are damage over time moves. It's not really that big of a thing anymore. I know the Samurai has the longest dot in the game at a full-blown minute. Let's kill these dodos though. And there's a couple other moves you get, like buffs and debuffs. Anytime you hear a tick in this game is basically a second. And the character auto attacks every 3 ticks. So every 3 seconds, you know, you'll auto attack whatever you're attacking. This is such a great game, man. It's such a beautiful game. Like, even with, I don't know, like this is just such a good go-to game for me. What is this? And it's one of those games where as long as you play it and you progress, you start to just get more and more into it, to the point where it really becomes, you know, one of the few games that you will always play. Like, flatbread at tenacity, that's what we need. Tenacity is the tank's main stat. Let's just take all these side quests and snatch all these up. First one I'm gonna go do is the Mist quest, which is basically opening up housing for us. Boy, that was such a late response. And let's just choose the first one and go in there because we're just trying to complete the mission. We're not really getting into housing at the current moment. Hell, I don't even have a house on my main character. If I'm gonna get anything house-wise, I'll get a fucking apartment. Like, I don't even go into the FC house, let alone, you know, have enough to build my own. Plus, they got it set now where if you haven't been in your house in like a month, um, they'll like tear it down. And so right now, like with this being an MMORPG, there are a lot of times where droughts happen. You know, there's not, you might have accomplished everything that you kind of want to accomplish in the game at that point. It's always something to do. It's always something you can come back to and try and do, or just attempt, or you know, just do or whatever, crafting, gathering, what you know, whatever have you. But uh, a lot of times people don't have a big interest in that. You know what I'm saying? So when they're kind of done mainly with their Disciple of War classes and their friends aren't on as much, a lot of times you got to kind of find the energy, the will to want to keep going, especially for a game that you play a subscription for. That's kind of a downside to it because it's like, all right, maybe I should end my subscription for now, but we got a new patch coming through on the 18th of this month, which is something I'm probably going to make another video on, or something I'll do in the podcast with me and Trev. So that being said, we'll see about doing that. So I was thinking about jump potioning this character, not story wise but level wise, just to get, you know, just so I wouldn't have these skills. But then I thought about it, like I almost did it. Like I literally was at my own bog station, was literally right away from a thumb press away from doing it. But this is supposed to be this video, these series is more so for educational purposes than it is for me personally. So I decided against it because I didn't want to put on that armor and put on that gear and then encourage people to jump potion their character so early in the game and then they don't know what they doing with it. So I figured, all right, let's just keep it where it's at. You know, equip little gear as we go, learn moves as we go. You can kind of see how these moves tie into each other, things like that. So I decided against it for that very reason, which I'm happy about. You know, I'm okay with that. Because believe it or not, jump potioning in any way kind of ruins the experience for you if you haven't already experienced it. I've been playing this game for years, so I pretty much have seen everything. So for me to jump potion wouldn't be a big deal, whereas somebody who's, you know, watching this stream or somebody who will watch it in the future who doesn't know anything about the game, you know, you all of a sudden just bam up and jump potion, and you just all of a sudden got this damn gear on that ain't nobody, you know, they ain't never seen before. So you know, it would be a lot to take in. The game's already overwhelming for people who haven't really gotten into it before, you know. So the last thing you want to do is overwhelm them and then have them not want to deal with it anymore, because that's not what this is for. But so there's a lot of this going on with this game, though. There's a lot of questing. There's a lot of story. You kind of have to be patient with it because this is pretty much the major way you're going to level your character. Well, that's, you know, assuming you're not jump potioning. This is the only way you're going to level your character is by doing these little wet willy missions, and I call them small talk missions because it's not necessarily something that you enjoy compared to the main story missions. You know, ain't no real cutscenes like that involved in a lot of them. But what it is, it's just something that, you know, it's just something to do, I guess. Like, that's why you don't really see me pay too much of these attention. I just skip over whatever they talking because it ain't nothing. Alright. But like I said, I'm doing all these side missions because some of these like one or two of them, like this particular one that we're doing, like the circles on the mini map right there. you know, which means that whatever you're looking for is in that particular area, and you would probably come all around here and think that it's somewhere here, but really, in all honesty, you know, as you get to the edge of the circle, sometimes these things are hard to find. And so that's the reason I'm doing all the side quest missions, anything like that. Close to hitting level 10 too, which means we'll unlock another class quest. I didn't know that was a thing. Has that always been a thing? So overpower. Excuse me. Overpower is your AOE move for when you're tanking. That's what you want to use to pull the, you know, to keep everybody looking at you. I didn't think you learned it this early though. I thought you might have learned it closer to when you unlocked your first dungeon, because that's a necessary thing. It makes sense at that point. But, okay, to each one, cool. Take it. Mole meat. So these ingredients, things like that, if you haven't already figured it out, there are crafting classes in the game, and one is a culinary class. So obviously there's meat, anything like that, edible stuff that you get can be used towards the culinary class, which is something I'm going to specialize in, because food in this game is very important. Like, it can help make or break certain instances, especially when you're raiding. Right now, it's obviously not the biggest deal, but let's do this though. See, so right now at this early stage, unless you plan on crafting, just starting out, like, I guess I would keep all this stuff, because this is all stuff you can use right now. You know what I'm saying? For whatever different reason you choose to use it. I'm tossing that ether because we don't use ethers. And all foods give you that 3% experience bonus. They all last 30 minutes. I don't have that flatbread yet, but I'll just eat this marmot steak. And you could pop 2 of them to make it an hour. Excuse me. I think if we turn this mission in, we'll have our flatbread, either this one or the one up there. We'll have our flatbread, which is good for us. I won't use it right off the bat because I just popped the marmot steak, but either way, either or is good. It's not a big deal. Ultimately, you popping food for more at this point of the game so early. You're popping food more for the 3% experience buff, more so than you are for the stats. Yeah, see, leather wristband. See, this stuff is all level 8 stuff, but don't let those levels fool you. It's not about the level of the gear that you're using, it's about the level of the bonuses. And the rings that I'm wearing, the gear, the current stuff I'm wearing, even though it says weathered on it, it gives you buffs to everything. Intelligence, mind, strength. I mean, granted, the tank only uses, you know, strength, vitality, tenacity, but it's for everybody. It's for any class you start off. Any class you start the game with is going to get those. Any class you open up at a certain point is going to, you know, if I decide to go and open up some other class, I can still put those weathered wristlets on that class because they still have those stats. So that's what those for. That's why I would encourage you to keep them all the way up until you get, you know, you're pretty certain that whatever class you got, you're going to be done with that particular class. It's going to be your last Disciple of War class. Then at that point, you can toss them because they're also very easy to buy back. I know for a fact in Limsa, there's a girl right outside the main Aetheryte who sells them, or that little Lalafell guy right outside the main Aetheryte sells them for like maybe a few gil. maybe 100, some shit like that. Aphid nectar. On our ladybug. I feel bad moving on a ladybug. I heard it's supposed to give you good luck, so. Oh, it's 2 more, Jesus. Oh, well, I can show you how this. Hold on. This is overpowered. That's what it looks like. And that actually arcs out pretty wide, so you can kind of see why it's such a good tank grab. And all tanks have their own version of an AoE pull move. Paladins have what's called Flash. For Dark Knights, it would be Unleash. So all of them have like an AoE main grab move, and they also all have an enmity puller, like an initiator move, so to speak. Paladins only have one, and you get it very early. I think it's like level 15. Whereas tanks or warriors and Dark Knights actually they get 2. But you don't get the second ones with them until you get into the last part of until you get into the expansion of Stormblood. So, well, actually no, Dark Knights get plunge in Heaven's Ward. So once you unlock Heaven's Ward, Dark Knights actually get plunge. But now, oh shit. Now, since we got the weathered rings, we don't need to get this stuff. So if you just want to get these, you can. It's it's a bag of money. Just take it to whoever's merchant and you sell it to them, and you'll get exactly how much ever gil it costs. It's tax free. So, can't really beat tax free money. So L1 will let your character run without you having to worry about too much trouble. Because it's a decent amount of places to run. You get your mount. We'll have mounts soon enough. By the time we get mounts, we'll be in other cities. We won't even be in Limsa. Ah, there's the flatbread mission. Just take these, take that. Well, I might as well do this one too. That way, I can turn them both in since they're right across from each other. Ah, fate, but not today, not right now. These I need to kill for. Backy ass me. Oh, mission over here. Ah, look at the wee ninja. I think that's a ninja. Look like a ninja. Yeah, it's a rogue. Yep. Because normally you not ain't no DPS class physically in Limsa. There isn't a physical DPS class other than a ninja. So he's the only one that wears some type of guard. Why you got? I am the warrior of light, and you got me over here clogging out, unclogging glass plumes, shit. This is how y'all do me. This is why warrior of darknesses were created. They was like, fuck this, sick of helping y'all. You motherfuckers ain't shit. One more. This is why I always say Limbs is kind of not the ideal place to start the game because it's so much fucking running, and they don't have like none of them really have Aetherites, but for some reason Limbs it just feels like a longer place to run. Like I don't know why. Like it's such a like wide open area, and it doesn't feel like the other ones are that much. So you still have to do running, a decent amount of walking and running in all of them, but for some reason Limsa just takes it out of me. I don't know about the next person. Maybe it's the scenery. I don't know, because this little farm field area is kind of cool. But honestly, Gridania's got the forest, and well, I guess Ul'dah is definitely worse than both of them. So I don't know. I guess it depends on what your preferences are. I'm a little under the weather still, so we side, we gonna make it. I ain't doing no bunch of coughing like I was. Oh, little pot ham. Get that deal. Put that on. You got another weep home? I mean, mission. And Geronimo. Sprint. Sometimes I forget sprint's a thing. And even sprint is on a minute long cooldown now, because it doesn't take away your TP anymore. But damn, a minute? Killing this one. See, this is why I wanted to come over here and knock these out first, though, because they're kind of an arduous task, like to complete. But this is the way you level right now. At this point in the game, this is really the only way you can level other than using fates. And by yourself at this level, not all fates are good fates. Not all, you won't survive all of them. So it's just better to knock out these side missions and get to a certain level. Like the ideal point is to get to level 15. Once you get to 15, you're pretty much fine. You're good to go. And due to the fact I got some experience boosting jewelry on and stuff like that. Makes it a lot easier too. So both of my missions are up here. Good shit. See the wood. Fucking dodos. Hobos and indigents. Kobolds and indigents. Oh, you know what? I forgot about these. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to grab me a few of these cookies. Just hit that L1 button. I want to keep it moving while I handle these cookies. Oatmeal walnut with the cranberries. Yeah. So, the second you start crafting, right? This is a level 9 piece, so you won't be able to use it right off the bat, but it's good stuff. Ah. Shake his head. Your character in this game is such a yes man. Like, why you motherfuckers can't huddle up or something to figure this shit out? Why y'all gotta have me run all over the place? Alright. Be low key honest with y'all, man. I try not to eat on stream. If I do, I try to snack at best because it can be quite disturbing when a motherfucker just eating in your ear. Even if it is something as subtle as cookies, which, you know, chewy cookies, you probably won't hear it, assuming the mic ain't right up under their nose. Standing watch. Damn, throwing that big ass bomb at though. Real play. Okay, that's where I'm going. So what's this other? Oh. Okay. And ultimately, doing all these side quests leads you right back to Betaron as a drowning wench type shit. But that's kind of how this game works. Like, it branches you out into stuff, into the world, but ultimately you always end up right back at the same spot, right where you started. Jump. So yeah, that's it for this side of town. So let's take it on over to Summerford. Now this is going to middle of Nausea, which is where we started the game at. Remember how I told y'all we'll come back to Summerford, to middle of Nausea, because we got business out there. That's where the main story quest is. And so doing these missions took us right back over here. Now I will do this. And look, even our main story quest mission is still there. Let me see. Let's go to Limsa first. Let's turn in this mission to Betaron first. So this is what I was talking about. Eventually you will, damn, I skipped that cutscene, y'all, my bad. I'm so instinctively used to it. So this Kuros is good physically. Defense-wise, we at 15. This thing is more so for DPS, which is why it's so much lower, but it's at a higher level. So that cutscene, when you hit level 10, and you do this cutscene, he shows, wait, is it this one or is it, no, I don't think that was, yeah, no, that was just a side quest completion. Okay, never mind. Because what I was finna say is actually finna happen once we do the level 10 class quest right here. Like our actual class quest. No, your name is not Organic Penis Butter. He did it. The bastard did it. But Sir Thrust Butthole will make a comeback. See, I got dragged into jail for doing my little perverted character. Nobody ain't seen that happen to nobody else. While we at it, we can go and grab our level 10 class quest too. Damn, so I gotta go. I'm trying to think, because it's saying I need to go back to Lower Lanasia, where we just were doing those side quests. But I think if I go to Zephyr Gate to Middle Lanasia, and then go back up to the gate where we came back from, I think that's quicker. Definitely quicker. This is the part, y'all. This is the grind is real, and you get bored, but it does get better. Pretty soon you won't have to do all the side quests that you see. Like eventually it comes to the point where the main story helps you out more so than anything. But I'm doing this more for levels and for stream than anything at this point. Cause like I said, if it was up to me, I'd just jump ocean my way past all this shit because I don't need to do it. But this ain't about me. About y'all. About the new people. People who want to watch this type of stuff. I make it for y'all. See, didn't I just come out here early, like 20 or 30 minutes ago, beating on these very same things? See what I'm saying? They just had you running around doing the same shit. That's what gets boring on these side quests. But like I said, pretty soon you won't have to worry about side quests unless you just want to. Back to the Marauders Guild. Floppy feet shoebox. Alright, bro, that's better than peanut butter. Ah, going exactly where I'm going. He must be a scholar. The scholar, yeah, that dude is the job, the scholar person. That's who you would talk to. Ah, right outside middle of the ocean. Over Summerford, actually. Let's go. On a whirlwind adventure of justice. Whirlwind adventure of justice. Drink me a little bit of this water. Now, since we are already here, let's just go and turn this in. Oh, you got both of the missions. Now, if you are somebody who's interested in playing a few jobs, like I don't think I'm gonna be a ninja, so not this. And we have learned the low blow, which is a stun. Let's add that to the repertoire. Now, I like to put low blow over this way because actually I'm going to move it. I'm going to move that because we got too much room for me to be trying to switch. Ah, damn it, I did it again. I literally just talked to them dudes to get the exclamation points off the top of their heads. Like, for real, for real. Okay, but now that we got that, I'm going to do the class quest first. And sprint. I really cannot wait until we start mounting up, y'all. Like, when you mount up, it makes everything so much easier when you mount up. Right now, just having to walk around everywhere will bore you. It's going to be a slow pace roll until you hit level 20 and you do that one mission. Now I gotta get this dude's attention somewhere without attracting everybody else's. Well, that's one way to do it. You with the face. Look at me. There you go. Let's have an axe battle, shall we? Let me get the old pop me. Look out, Mandragoras. I don't want y'all to get all you. Why is you barbaric surge? Oh, you just get down. You didn't do that. Stop it. No. That was low blow, ladies and gentlemen. Originally a Dark Knight only style, but they made it a universal thing. Oh, so you out here barbaric surge too. Okay, you look at my low blows. I'm cool. That's all I'm saying. There's a hostile presence and it's a whole dinosaur. They're trying to swinge me. This is the most action we've seen in about 30 minutes, huh, y'all? Sorry for doing the damn side quest. Oh, I wasn't trying to Rampart. Well, y'all know what Rampart look like now. But Rampart is it's a defense move that increases your, I think it pushes you like either 20 or 30%. I have to go back to the Now, again, since we over here, let's first off, back to the Marauders Guild. Let's go ahead and get this out the way, because we ain't gotta worry about another class quest for the next 3 levels if we gonna get it out the way. Not to mention we unlock some stuff for completing this mission, particular level 10 one. So let's go and get that out the way. So, alright, so the important thing about the level 10 class quest is that he is basically telling you that, hey, now that you've gotten to a certain point, you can basically go out and branch out and use other classes. So once you finish a level 10 quest and complete it, you can officially go out and be other stuff. So if you didn't like if you chose a class, you didn't like it, but you want to be something else in the city, then you're more than welcome at that point to run out and go do that. And if you got side quests left, you can go do that, or you can use the hunt log. The hunt log opens up for everybody, so you can also do that as well. Let's take this jacket. Low-key should have took them gloves just because they match. But so yeah, gear sets are now available. And so now what I'm gonna do is hit plus, so that way if I decide to switch classes, I can always jump right back to Marauder. But so even though this leather jacket has a tad bit lower defense, it's a higher level and it gives us more stat boost, more strength boost, a vitality boost. We got a direct hit boost. Dexterity only applies to ninjas, bards, and machinists, but this is something they can also wear. Direct hit also applies to them as well. So let's put that on. We still out here repping for breast cancer. Ain't nothing changed. See what I'm saying? So now all these were red at first. Now they're open. You want to be the armorer. All this stuff is open now. The only thing that's not open, like, you can still, like, even when we go to the next city, you can, you know, if you know what you want to be, you know what city is in, like, eventually we'll come across a mission where we'll be able to do that. So what are we doing? Summer first. And again, man, don't buy gear. Do not buy gear. The only thing I would encourage you to buy are these pants, because you can't progress without at least buying the pants. Like, you cannot. I don't know why they don't give you the pants through some random mission like they do every other piece of gear, but that's the way it is, you know. And the pants ain't but like 100 gil, so you know, I encourage you, just buy these pants, you know, at this point, because you need them to complete that quest, because he wants you to be fully geared. You don't have to have on a belt, but you do need to have on pants. And you get gloves, shoes, the top piece, the head piece, you get all that through missions, but for some reason you do not get pair of pants, so you have to buy those. So that's it. Other than that, I don't buy gear at all until I get to like Heaven's Ward / Stormblood, and even then you can make it without gear, you know, without having to buy it, because eventually you'll either run into it or you'll unlock it in some way, shape, or form. I believe this is going to be like our first big, you know, actual thing as a Lord of Light, so. Okay, I just missed that. Oh no. You are about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed on the active help window before answering the call of duty. Alright, so it's saying right here that if your level is above 9, that it will be synced, meaning if you are anything higher than level 9, in order for you to start this mission, it's going to sync you back to level 9, which means anything you learn skill wise past level 9 you will not know. You only know things from level 9 and below. Like, even if you jump potions your character, it will still sync you to level 9. But let this cutscene roll through.
私は支える波であり、私は導く風である。私は夜の星であり、私は朝の空である。
Also, I'm going to switch this to English. Personally, I like the voices in Japanese. But for y'all, I'm definitely switching to English, so my bad on this.
その筆跡に刻まれた船乗りたちの鎮魂歌よ。海で生まれて海で死ぬ。リムサロミンサに生きる民の生き様ね。海に帰ることができた船乗りには海難事故が起きぬように祈りを。大地に散った船乗りには彼らの魂が海へ戻るための祈りを。あなた最近サマーフォード礁に出入りしている冒険者ね。噂の人さらいを追ってたんだけど外れだったかしら。案外当たりだったのかも。やはりここのエーテルの乱れは人為的なものだったのね。人さらいを追う者がここに2人、それを襲う魔物。この剣、口封じを従っているのは、さあやっつけるわよ。あなたと私の2人で。
in this case, again, this thing is all of level something that's higher than you. So your whole thing right now is to just take care of the ads that show up whenever they do. You will never turn this thing off if you stole it. I'm sorry, culture contra. What else? Oh, see, there I go. I was just trying to use overpower, but I couldn't because I learned overpower at like level 10, I think. Oh, Lord Jesus. First main mission in regards to being a warrior of light. I like how he did that Harlem shake before he fell over.
聞いて、感じて、考えて。光のクリスタルを手にし者よ。星の声を聞く者よ。我が名はハイデル。星の秩序を保っていた断りは乱れ、世界は今闇で満ちようとしています。闇はすべてを蝕み、すべての命を奪う存在。闇に屈せぬ光の意志を持つ者よ。どうか星を滅びより救うためにあなたの力を。光のクリスタルは闇を払う力。世界を巡り光のクリスタルを手に入れるのです。あなたの戦い、魔法が行動が光のクリスタルを生み出すでしょう。それが光の意志を持つあなたの力。 光の意志を持つ者よ、どうかあなたの力を。
気がついた？やはりこの子無理やりにけしかけられたようね。グーブーの背中にこれが刺さっていたわ。このナイフ、ロープを扱う船乗りたちが使うものよ。どうやらこの件、船乗り、それも海賊たちが絡んでいるのは確かなようね。ところであなた大丈夫？エーテルにでも酔ったのかしら。大きなクリスタル、一体何の話を？これは思わぬ収穫もあったものね。何でもない、こっちのことよ。私はもう少しこの件を追ってみるつもり。あなたは依頼主に注意を促しなさい。これを見せて海賊らしきものが暗躍しているとね。
Alright, y'all. So basically, what she's saying through the cutscene, she's talking about this knife and these pirates. This actually leads into the first part of the like your very first
これ
dungeon.
から忙しくなりそうだわ。クリスタルの光が重なるとき、また会いましょう。
Like the thing about Final Fantasy is that it's more than just about main story. Even the side stories are pretty legit. Like you just start to see little stories here and there, and you kind of, as you get throughout the game, you kind of start to see them all come together in some way, shape, or form. They're all in some way, shape, or form related or relatable. We running. We got 8 minutes on food. Get rid of some of this stuff. Hit that L1 button so we can keep moving. So also the cool thing, if y'all seen her, Yustola was using stone skin on me, and as y'all see at the top, I still got that buff. It's gonna be there until I take a certain amount of damage, but I still got 20 minutes to take that damage, so. He called me Fail Cleve. I didn't know he called you by your last name. Ain't that much thinking in the world about what you just said, bruh. And there you go, you stole her. Even though I spoiled it for y'all already. with y'all. So this is where we gonna be at right now. I'm gonna leave this here. Got a few things to do today. I just thought I'd bring y'all the early morning stream, but we will definitely pick back up at some other point. This has been Sir Mackleton, Fauntleroy Roy the Third, Esquire, and I'm signing out, man. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.